Relieved that the malfunction was in the gun and not in the airframe, the engineers fixed the plane and the tests went on. The repaired prototype, number 787, went back to the gun testing, but 4 months later there was to be a recurrence of problems with the cannon. With pilot Herman Salmon at the controls, the 104 levelled out at 47,000 feet for its second firing run of the day. Again there was an explosion, but this time the damage was major and the aircraft became uncontrollable. At 20,000 feet, the pilot ejected from the crippled plane. Emergency services responded immediately, and Salmon was located, fortunately unharmed. The Starfighter was a total loss, the first of many F-104s to be written off in crashes. The Canon had been the obvious suspect in the crash, and it was established that again a malfunction in the gun had damaged the plane, this time with drastic effect. The Starfighter's gun was the Vulcan M61 cannon. 6 foot long and 300 pounds in weight, it was, at the time, claimed to be the fastest firing gun of its type in the world. It could fire 6,000 20mm cannon shells in a minute. The design borrowed 2 features from the famous Gatling gun, first patented way back in 1862. Both had a rotating cluster of barrels and both were externally driven. Rigidly clamped together, the 6 barrels gave each other support and the installation did not have the whip of a single barrel. In addition, the arrangement centralized the recoil of the gun. In contrast to the hand-cranked Civil War Gatling guns, the M61 was driven with electric power from the plane. This did away with any need to attempt to trap and use the exhaust of the gun firing, which meant that the installation was less susceptible to corrosion or fouling. Each round was fired independently, eliminating the erratic recoil of multi-gun and gas-reloaded options. At the time, the M61 was a new weapon, and the troubles that it caused in the early days of the 104 must be accepted as part of the teething that can be expected with any piece of advanced equipment. A comparison of the Vulcan with the US Air Force's previous preference of machine guns is difficult. In hitting power, range, speed of fire, the effects of the plane on the gun's action, indeed all measures of effectiveness, the Vulcan has such a wide margin of superiority as to render such an evaluation meaningless, even with consideration of multiple machine gun installations.